Hello, welcome to another Guild War video. This video was actually recorded yesterday, but as I noticed after recording, my mic was muted for the whole time, for this whole 32 minutes of me speaking. It didn't record anything, so it makes me so tilted that I didn't even want to upload this at all. But then I realized I can just voice over this again, right? So it's not it's not gonna be too hard for me. So let's quickly go through my attacks. This is a guild war against Versix 7, a pretty strong guild, one of the strongest that remain on the Europe server. But even though we ended like 20 times in them, we were still pretty close to winning. So I guess that says a lot about current state of Europe server, but it's not the point of the video. So here we attack in the middle fortress. It has only 20k HP left, so I need at least a draw. So I'm going with 2 cleave comps, and I was like, surely at least one of them gonna work, right? Nachwol here on her own artifact for a death break chance because I don't need the guiding light. Jacko on standard DPS build, standing for a book. And the only thing I needed to know there is Candy is not on Holy Sack. If this Candy would be on Holy Sack, I would probably play it a little differently. But since she's not, then I can just go like this, get rid of her first, and it's gonna be over after that. And the bottom team is run on RNL because Silverain does nothing. It's gonna proc in Cavell, who's gonna get attack buff anyways. Edda on Book and Cavell on Dax Noctis, full damage build. And yeah, I think that's all I needed to say. So here I am faster, not by a lot actually, but still faster. I don't know why I even clicked the CR bar. Obviously I'm attacking this last, so I'm definitely not scouting this, but I just get used to clicking CR. So here I was kind of doubting about should I seal Landy or shoot. No, sealing Candy is much better idea. So here I'm going to kill her first. I landed a death break on her, so she is absolutely dead. And yeah, I overkilled by a lot. This shoe is on Proof of Veiler, so it's gonna take some time to kill her, but she is actually almost half HP. And this, I believe, should kill her. And then is only Ocean Breeze Luluk left. Yep, she is dead. So now this Oglulu gonna stall some time because she cuts my Jacko here, so I couldn't attack her once again. And she actually have a lot of resistance, more than usually. Well, I guess my Knuckle is not really high effectiveness, it's like 160, I think. So yeah, this Oblulu is probably like 250 FRS, so I don't really have too much chances of landing anything unless I'm soul burning. So here she's proccing her passive. If that would land blind and silence on Jacko, I would need to take even more time, but she missed, so now Jacko gets to finish this attack. Now, yesterday I wasn't feeling myself too great, so I wasn't really paying too much attention to info about this defense. And as you could see, this this ML Celine is actually on Secret Art Swordstorm. I didn't notice that in the info. It was there, but I was just not paying attention. As I said, I was just trying to quickly go through my attacks. So here, she's gonna cut my Ada by a lot. So I have only two win conditions here. Either I'm gonna proc RNL with Ron. It's gonna be the easiest way to win this. If it doesn't proc, then I still have S2 with Edda that can strip the immortality, immortality buff. So yeah, I was hoping for something of this to happen. Here I'm thinking about what should I do, and if I would just pay more attention, I would probably go different with different team. I would probably replace Edda by C-Dom and just don't use run S2. Just go for S3 immediately, but here I have to go for S2 for extra chance of proccing RNL, and it actually did proc, so I guess RNG win for me. Not gonna complain about this. So yeah, here I'm gonna attack the Celine and she's gonna die to Cavell proc. And what's her name? Ilnath also died, so yeah. I got pretty lucky, but but after I won the first half, I didn't even need to win the second one, right? So it didn't really matter too much. Now here I'm preparing my second attack. Yeah, here we are attacking the right fortress now. This top defense is pretty bad. Like, it has no damage at all. It's so Zeo here is the highest damage unit actually. So I'm using Bunny to counter the Senya. Oh, I'm sorry, to counter Knockwall. I'm using I forgot their names. Sorry, I kind of have a bad memory for names. If you didn't notice by now, so here I decided to switch my artifact on Bunny down for something that has healing, and I chose Touch of Rekkas. I wanted to give her a Guardian Ice Crystals first, but it was on Ruana in the second attack, in the second round, so I couldn't really do this. So I put Touch of Rekkas instead. But I guess now that I think about this, Water's Origin's probably better option there. But whatever. So yeah, I'm using Yoha as my damage mitigation, Charlotte as my damage dealer. She's on lifesteal with Holy Sack, so I don't really worry about her dying. But she can't even get close to dying in this against this. Yeah, nothing. I don't think anything here could actually go wrong. Like, it has two openers and Senia that is not really doing too much damage. So yeah, I don't even know what kind of defense is this. Now the bottom team here is Sililius, Shu, and Candy. So I wanted to go with Lermia team. Just replace Alencia here for Lermia, but the problem with Lermia here is this Shu is on injury. And when you see injury Shu, you don't really want to go Lermia into her, because she can just injure Lermia by a lot, so she just gonna get one-shotted by this Candy. So instead I'm going with Alencia, and I just want to nuke, well, I guess not nuke, just get rid of this Shu as fast as possible. And she's not gonna counter me because she's on injury, so I'm just gonna quickly focus her. Pill is here on Aureus and Protection Set. Protection Set is very helpful against injury. So yeah, it's pretty nice that I switched my Pillis for Protection Set. And Rana here for healing. She's gonna help a lot against Lilia's dual attacks and Candy's salvos. So yeah, I put her on the release imprint. I actually put my Pillis on release imprint as well for extra defense to the team. And yeah, I wasn't really worried about this failing. I knew that my Bunny Dom is probably gonna die because she's gonna take hits from Zio. But I was fine with this. I knew I'm not gonna need Bunny Dom for my last attack in Stronghold, so it was fine for me for her to die. But now, actually, now that I think about this, I didn't even need Bonnie down in the first place. I could just put Destina there and use Tivian as my mitigation, yes, to cleanse the bins. But actually, even bins didn't really matter because I don't have any extra attacks or dual attacks. So I guess I would be fine even without the cleanser. I guess I could just put any tank I want, fire Charlotte and Destina, and I wouldn't be losing anyone, but whatever. So here I think I failed, I failed to sleep. So Zio goes into Bunny, do a lot of damage to her. So here I was hoping that my Yulha will be able to provoke the Senya. My Senya has some effectiveness, about 50, I think. So I had a chance of landing provoke, but I'm pretty sure it was resisted there. Yeah, it was resisted. So yeah, unfortunately, Senya now gonna finish Bonnie Dom. That's unfortunate. She almost survived, but she didn't. Now Knockwall goes for the second S3, which strips my attack buff, which is not ideal, but I have my S3 already on Charlotte, and this is a guaranteed crit as well, even without buffs, so she is gonna nuke, not nuke, finish everyone. Unfortunately, Bunny didn't survive for long enough, but that's fine. Now second attack here, Snow Crystal on Shu, notice that. So as you can see, this Shu is actually quite slow, actually very slow. Even my Alencia was way faster than her, so ideally you want to use Alencia S3 to strip the buffs from everyone. So here I decided to attack Shu to proc the Snow Crystal, so she take a turn before my Alencia. And now she uses S3. Protection set helps me a lot. And now I can S3, strip all the buffs. Yeah, pretty nice. Attack down, not really helping too much, but it's also not really doing too much as well. So, Shu applying some injury on Pillars. It's not really too bad for me yet. So here I was actually starting to think, should I really kill the Shu first? Because if the Shu gonna die, then Celilia's always gonna trigger the dual attacks with Candy, which gonna helps her cycle her S3 very fast. But no, I still have to go for kill on Shu, because I'm not really gonna die to this Candy, even if I'm not gonna have revive or defense buff. I'm pretty sure that with Warriors I should be able to survive any S3s of this Candy. Here I'm going for S3 on Rana to protect myself from injury. This is, barriers are really helpful against injury. So as you can see, my Bills didn't take too much injury yet because of all those shields, and the Shu is about to die. I think she actually gonna die right here. So Candy proc. salver, and as you can see, I actually didn't really... Yeah, my timing on S3, on Roana's S3 was not perfect. So both Roana and Alencia is about to cycle out of defense buff and revive buff, which is not ideal. You definitely want those two buffs to be on you when Candy is about to S3. But, well, I guess I kinda fucked this up, but it's fine. I have the barrier from Phyllis S3, so I should survive. Oh, actually, this dual attack, yeah, this dual attack procs the this counterattacks procs the salvo, and that hit my Phyllis, which actually gives me the defense buff, which, so it's, I guess this counterattack was pretty lucky for me. But now my units is kind of low on HP, but this dual attack is gonna heal me up by a lot. And since I killed the Shu pretty fast, I didn't even take too much injury. So yeah, now I just need to get rid of Candy. I think I went for S3 here to strip the attack buff and barrier, yep. Because you don't really want to keep attack buff on this Candy, right? It's not really ideal. Now this Candy, I didn't death break, unfortunately. I miscrit the second hit. That's still fine. Now I have S3 on Roana, which is now perfectly timed because Celila is about to dual attack and Candy gonna S3 because of this, and also that proc counter attack. The second S3, but I have revive buff and defense buff as well, and I actually resisted the stun on Alencia, so I am about to finish off this Candy. I miscrit the second hit again and she survived, but I'm pretty sure Roana is... yeah, she finished off this Candy. So yeah, now this is only Celilius left. So this is over, pretty much. Nothing she can do to finish me. She's on Proof of Valor, which gonna take me some time to actually kill her. I don't really know why people put Proof of Valor on Celilius. I think there's units who benefit from Proof of Valor much more than Celilius. Even Shu in this defense would probably utilize this better, but whatever. Here I'm going for S3 to strip the barrier because I thought my Alencia gonna lap the Celilius, but no, she didn't. So I need to watch another S3 animation. Unfortunately, but whatever. It's only gonna take some time. She is gonna die from this. Yep. Okay, so pretty stable team to go into this. Now the next attack is gonna be into Stronghold. Here I'm preparing everything. Let me find the beginning. Alright, here's the beginning. So this defense has a Ravi, Candy, and Sharon. And Sharon is actually quite fast. I think she was about like 250 speed. But I don't really care too much about her, because even if she cuts my Caesarea here, the worst thing that can happen is she's gonna strip my attack buff, but it shouldn't matter too much, because 2 bombs gonna land before that. So yeah, I'm going for double cleave comp as well as the first attack. Well, mainly because I don't really have the units to attack those defenses in a slow way. Like, if I had ML Ken or ML Bellona, I would probably just go for play to nuke this candy, and after that, this defense is not no one in this defense is gonna do anything. Like, you put the Dorius as your healer, you put Crowd as your tank to bait this Sharoon, and or maybe not even Crow, maybe any tanky water unit. I saw attack like this with Amelia, and I guess this is actually better because it can give attack buff to your DPS unit. But since I don't have any units that can actually work here, well, I guess Fire Charlotte could work, but it would take a lot of time. I didn't really want that, so I'm going for Caesarea Cleave with Ron and Alana. So yeah, Ron here is on Silver Rain to give attack buff to Caesarea, which might get stripped by Sharoon if she procs her passive and cuts me, but I don't really care about that. I don't actually care about any RNG except for Caesarea bombs. Like, the only thing I need here is to land my bombs with Caesarea, and Alana here to give additional 20 souls to Soulburn Caesarea on damage build, and to not let this candy counter. And I already knew that this candy is on Elbrus, so she wouldn't. So yeah, since she's not on Holy Sack, I can go for Cleave again. It's not like she's gonna counter and salvo me every single time when I have Alana. Right, I'm talking about something here about Caesarea. Don't remember what exactly I was talking about. Yeah, let me skip. Okay, here I'm going for the second attack. It's the same, absolutely the same comp as in the first attack. Nachwol, Jacko, and Stenny. Except that here, instead of Candy, this defense has Abyssal Yufine, and I also knew that this Abyssal Yufine is not on Holy Sack as well, so I was fine with going into this defense like this. But something I didn't know is this shoe is on Snow Crystal, which actually makes me worry a little bit when I go in this defense. But what happened there, you can see in a few seconds, I think. Let me skip this a little bit. Okay, so we're going in. Yeah, as you can see, this Sharoon is about the same speed as my Caesarea, who is 248 speed. I don't have souls to soulburn Duran, but I don't care about actually landing anything. I just need to land Caesarea bombs, as I said already. But I actually stripped anti-crit buff from Aravi, and I land all debuffs on her and Candy, which pretty nice. I land bombs on them as well, and I also have 2 Soulburns with Caesarea now. So this is pretty much over at this point. There's nothing that can happen for me to fail. Here I wanted to land 1 bomb on Sharoon, but I don't really care. So yeah, I decided to attack Aravi with my bombs, and she resisted 1 of them. And this is what I was afraid of, the resistance on the bombs, but it only happened once, right? So it's fine. Now there's only Sharoon left, and I don't believe that she will ever be able to solo this kind of team, especially considering that my Caesarea has 250 effectiveness. So yeah, I definitely can land the bombs there. So here she has 2 bombs, so she's gonna explode the next turn she takes, or she actually gonna die. Oh yeah, she gonna die here even before bombs get to detonate. Now the second attack, the second round, I mean, here I noticed Snow Crystal on Shu, and I was like, oh fuck. And also I remembered that this that Abyssal Yufine actually has the passive that cuts my CR pushing. So my Jacko might not take a turn when she needs it. And yeah, this could go terribly wrong. But as you can see, I actually crit on this Shu. My knockball have only 24% crit rate, so my chances of landing crit on this Shu was only 4%. And now that I noticed this, it's actually kind of funny. But it didn't matter because I decided to go for seal on this Shu because this Yufine had Death Break, and I wanted to land a Death Break on the Shu as well. I didn't notice that Snow Crystal didn't proc, so here it's gonna proc, and she's gonna take a turn because of this. Hopefully, I mean, thankfully she didn't hit me because she had blind debuff, and thankfully she didn't attack my Jacko as well. So here as you can see, I miscrit twice in a row. So here I started to be worried a little bit. So here I was like, please crit, like, don't you dare miscrit. And yeah, I finally crit, did a lot of damage. And this Oblulu don't have too much FRES. And since I landed a Death Break on her, I decided to go for her. And that actually procced the dual attack with Steny, which let me finish the fight. But it didn't really matter because Steny would take a turn anyways and finish the Shu the same way. So yeah, it was pretty much over already. So that's about it for this Guild War. Hope you like it. If you do, then you can maybe leave a like. Maybe you can say something in the comment. And I guess I'll see you tomorrow if I don't screw up my records again. It's actually kind of funny how almost every time I'm going to record something goes wrong. Like last week, I don't really remember. I think it was Friday, or maybe not. I don't remember. So I was like recording. I thought I was recording everything. I was like explaining everything in details. Goes through all my attacks, and then I noticed that I forgot to press the record button, and I only noticed that after I finished. So it was kind of sad because I was really trying to explain everything. But yeah, I hope that's not gonna happen again. So yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.